Hey explorers, Firebat here. We're out in the Outland of the new Hearthstone expansion, Ashes of Outland, working tirelessly through the night to find all the new cards by April 7th. Wait, I hear something. What was that? Oh, it's just a harmless little GLOWFLY. Adorable little buggers, aren't they? But don't they usually travel in swarms? Alright, so the card is GLOWFLY Swarm. It is a 5-mana druid spell that is summon a 2/2 GLOWFLY for each spell in your hand. It seems like a pretty interesting token-related card. Why it might work is because traditionally, token-style decks have ran a lot of spells. All the buffs are spells usually, and they have a few summon spells usually mixed in there. And with the Treant synergies introduced in the last set, there's been even more spells in these archetypes of decks. You know, there's Aeroponics, Power of the Wild, Tree Enforcements, Blessing of the Ancients, Landscaping, Savage Roar, Force of Nature, Force Aid, and, you know, a few other ones. And there's historically been different sorts of buff cards and summon cards as well. So you should have plenty of spells to kind of get this thing going. Why it might fail, though, is generally with token-style decks, you want to be aggressive. And you want to be playing your tokens onto the field so that you can then buff them and utilize them. They don't do a whole lot of good for you in your hand. So that's why it might fail. You kind of want to be playing out your hand really quickly with those kind of decks, which I think is an interesting design. It takes, you know, two things that are kind of opposites for each other and makes you kind of have to try and figure out how do I do both of these things. So I think it's pretty cool card design that should introduce some deck building. So I kind of like that. But more importantly, the question, how many GLOWFLYs is good enough? That's what you got to ask yourself when you try and evaluate this card. And I think I have a rough answer for you. You know, nothing's perfect. We don't know the whole new set. We don't know the metagame. Yeah, it's pretty impossible to predict, but I'll throw a, you know, just shot in the dark and try and see what we can do. I'd say three. Three is good enough because there is a card, Force of Nature, that is seen in token druid decks right now. That is one of the highest played win rate, highest mulligan win rate, and highest drawn win rate cards in the entire deck. So whenever you play that card, you're more likely to win. Whenever you just draw that card, you're more likely to win in Token Druid. And that card currently is 5 mana to make 3 2/2s. Now, granted that these are Treants and there's other synergies and things going on, I think the 2/2s are the most important part about the card. These little side benefits maybe sway things in one way or another, but I don't know if they're actually as good as the side benefit of this card, which is sometimes you can get 4 2/2s or 5 2/2s. So I'm pretty excited about this card. I think it should be a nice natural fit in token style druid decks and might even make them go more mid-rangey as they have to try and plan for having big burst turns rather than just gradually accumulating things onto the board. They have to hold things in their hands so that they can have these big swing turns, which I think is much more interesting than just playing out things on curve. So I'm excited for this card. I can't wait for the new expansion to drop. Thanks everyone for checking out this card with me, and make sure that you tune into the final card reveal stream tomorrow at youtube.com/Hearthstone. See you guys there. Take care.